Hey riders, Sunday morning, Team GRC Sunday short race, Chapmans Peak in beautiful South Africa. Okay, so I'm mic'd up. We got a minute to go. I see currently we got 41 people in the chute. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this one today. I think what I'll do is push somewhat to the 5 kilometer point where the split is there, and then I'm going to do a regroup with whoever's on the course and get home with them. So anyway, have a good ride. We'll see you soon.
Hey riders, here we go. 10 seconds to the start. Sunday short race, Team GRC. Let's get ready for rocket launches, see how this one's going to go down today. Oh, we're in the chute there. I see Nelson Snyder off to a great start. Des here. CGF Dell. Lots of names here. Lots of names, folks. New names. There's Alex. I think he's on a little bit of a slower ride today, a little bit of a recovery ride. Global Ragnar rocking the white shorts. Aggressive, confident, ready to rock. Lots of new names here. I see Nobby Styles just up the road here. Evzy Boy. Shout out to Evzy Boy. Almost positive they just joined the Discord this week. Smart move. Very smart move. Up front too, I say Sone 15. Very, very strong rider for GRC. Probably going to finish very, very high up in this race where I will not. So riders, today my deal is I told everyone in the Discord, and again, join the Discord. Don't be shy. The Discord is not where we all hang out and talk all day. And when I say talk, I mean actually talk, because that's what a lot of people think it is. We just text chat each other, and it's anything and everything. It's ride planning, it's training, it's diet, it's equipment, it's adventures we've gone on. Super motivating. You'll meet so many people in there. So just jump in. The Discord link is at the top of the channel on the main page of Inside Cycling World here. Obviously the channel you're watching. Click that link. It'll take you there. Everyone's going to wait to say hi to you. Just all you need to do is click the bottom of the page if you've never used Discord, because I know there's a million things on the page. Click the bottom of the chat bar. Click it and type something. And then people will be there. So in the Discord this morning, which I just jumped away from, here's Gidgar69. Great rider here. I just kind of cruised up beside them, just pulled ahead a tiny bit, and they're going to ride with me. I've got Jettro up ahead, and Jettro actually said in the Discord this morning that he's going to watch for me on the hill, which is great because what I told the group was I wanted to do something a little bit different today, and that was do my no rider left behind ride. That's just what I'm calling it. It was just whatever. So I said I'm just going to ride up to the split, which is at the 5K point. And what's the split? The split is like just a timing point. Here's map mode. Feels spread out pretty far already. I think there was 41 on the line this morning. I think 55 had registered, so I'm not really sure exactly how many started. I'll probably find that out later. I told the group this morning I was going to ride to the split. I said I was going to ride to the top of the climb. I didn't say how I was going to ride. I wasn't sure if I was just going to take it easy going up the climb, but I said at the top I would stop and wait for anyone that wants to group up with me. Now, the problem with this one, with this climb right at the very beginning, it's not tough, but it's tough enough. Kind of blew the field apart a little bit, and I was hoping to hook up with 7 or 8 people and do a little group ride together home, high-fiving each other, pats on the back, handshakes, that type of thing, whatever. But it didn't work out that way, so I just hooked up with a couple of riders eventually. So just up ahead here, we've got Jettro. I know Jettro's waiting for me, 100%. I see Anthony's up there too, riding really strong today with Paceline G. And Robo Sapien 65, who I think this is their second ride, could possibly be their third. So we're just finishing the first part of the climb. I'm riding pretty decent here. I'm riding over 300 watts. Training's been horrendous the last month and a bit. I did ride 2 little flat rides yesterday. I did 2 of the city rides to take it as easy as possible. I thought I'd never done them, but I had. So sometimes ROUVY does this little reset where it'll say there's rides you haven't done. Well, I did have my personal record on them, so obviously I've done it before. And so the last week or so, I've been doing pretty chill rides, and my personal records beat me every time, except for yesterday. So I'm now able to be somewhere where I was before. And, I'm not really sure what that's saying because I'm probably riding a lot faster bike now. I don't know if I did some of these rides way back when, like on the standard ROUVY bike, and now I'm riding it on the Shiv so I can blast away. But what I did with them, as I set myself as my personal record as a rider, so that's just a checkmark box or a toggle box before you start the ride. You don't have to set up virtual partners. You just put yourself on. So just put your PR on. Sometimes I want to call it my PB, like my personal best, but it's a PR, your personal record, I guess. And I basically just tried to draft myself all the way, because if you're ever looking for someone to ride with and you want to push a little bit harder, why not just use yourself? Because you kind of know your riding style. Sometimes when you pick a virtual partner on ROUVY, you might pick someone who did a crazy ride. Let's say, I want to ride a 2 watt per kilo average. Just flipping back to the map view. You can see how much the field is just blown apart. There's not big groups. It's like 1s and 2s here and there. In fact, I'm currently by myself. I'm in a little bit of no man's land here. I let the group get ahead of me. Jettro, Paceline, Gitgar. But I can see here too. Look at Jettro. Jettro said this morning in the Discord, I said, I'm going to just ride the climb and then wait. And Jettro said they'd watch for me on the hill. And guess who's looking out for me here? It's Jettro. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, but I hope I didn't slow you down too much, because I don't really want to affect other people's races or rides. You can see Jettro is standing up a little bit here, getting some power down, knowing that I'm carrying momentum to stay in front of me. So just like it would be in real life, you're going to just let off the gas, soft pedal, and when you see your buddy coming, you got to start getting on the gas quick to match their speed and then get ahead a little bit ahead of them. So Jettro did that perfectly there. So I'm already in the draft. And, you can see it here. On this false flatty stuff, 1-2% stuff, I'm saving upwards of 30 watts, which is 10, that's at least 10% of my FTP, 10-12%. So even though we're climbing, I'm saving a good amount of power here. So yeah, the draft's fantastic now. Behind me, not that far, is Kraken. He's doing well, pulling back the distance here now. Roger's right there too, and Bartek with this Mesny last name, Eastern European, I would guess. Very hard for me to say these names. I like to joke around too and say there's probably a bunch of other letters on the end of that name that I wouldn't know how to say, but nice to have you here. A level 24 rider, so relatively new to ROUVY. Probably just started this winter, but looks like a very experienced, strong rider. That's for sure. Just up the road, we got Gitgar, Anthony, Paceline G, and here's Kraken coming up on my shoulder now. Kraken's made the effort, is going to just coast for a few seconds, not coast, but just get into my draft, get a little bit of recovery, and then probably move ahead. And I just want to show people this today. Why I'm doing it this way. I just want to show you that there's tons of different ways these rides and races go down. So you can see here, Jettro's helped me pull back up to Oscar GTZ here and Kraken. So we're all grouped up now with Oscar. Great to be here with Oscar as well. Which bike is Oscar on the ROUVY bike? I think he might be. So, and Oscar, okay. Yeah, Oscar might have a lighter bike than that right now, or faster bike. Happened to me at the start. So like I said, I did those 2 city routes yesterday. I was on my Shiv, Specialized Shiv, super fast TT bike. And then, because this is a race, if you jump into the chute and you don't change your bike, it'll default you to the ROUVY bike. So I had to leave the event, change my bike. I changed to the Giant Propel. To me, best bike on ROUVY right now. I'm guessing Oscar didn't have the chance to do that or didn't realize it when it went down. You know, sometimes you just jump into the chute, you're grabbing your water, you're flipping on your shoes, you're not really watching out for the stuff. And then when there's a bunch of riders in the chute, you can't really see which bike you're on. You can actually at the top of the screen, but it happens, and then you get stuck on the wrong bike. But yeah, I want to talk a bit more about Discord, because once I get to the split here, I actually plug my microphone back in and I talk as the people come up behind. But in the Discord yesterday, so before I did my rides, I jumped in the Discord, was catching up with people, how's everyone doing, blah, blah, blah. And I saw that in one of the voice chats, and like I said, you don't have to talk on Discord. It's chatting. It's texting. Think of it that way. Messaging. I saw there was a voice channel open, and it was ROUVY, it was Granddad Rick, and it was Nobby Styles. And I thought, you know what? So usually people will do that when they're doing a ride together so they can have a little bit of communications. It's also really good for racing, and people have been using it a lot for the Gem City team time trial events. So you can coordinate your efforts on the fly in real time, like, hey, slow down a bit. Or there's so many different strategies to riding those team time trials. You can all stick together. Remember, it's I think it's the average time of all riders, I believe. So maybe you've got some powerhouse that can ride up ahead. Maybe if someone falls off the back, maybe they're just having a horrendous day, because it happens. Here's Bartek catching me right now, and I think they just ride along my shoulder for a little bit. Yeah, so you can use the voice chat. But anyway, so I jumped into the Discord voice chat, and there was Nobby, Granddad Rick, and ROUVY, and it was so fun to talk to them. It's like, I was saying to them, I'm like, I've never heard your voices, but everyone's heard mine. Everyone's taken their time, and I do appreciate it to listen to my voice ramble on. You know, some of these videos are an hour plus. I don't know how you sit through all of it, but I'll keep doing it. And it's the same. You guys say the same to me. Like, how do you do that for an hour straight? I just do it. It's not a big deal. So anyways, yeah, it was so cool to talk to Nobby. I'm pretty sure Nobby was done his ride, and we just chatted for probably like another 15, 20 minutes. He's doing that sun up to sundown thing across the UK. I think that's in a few weeks. It's in the summer solstice. That's June 21st. But he does have another event coming up, I think, next weekend. Here goes Bartek's just going past me. Roger's coming up quick. Nobby's coming here too. So this is why I'm talking about Nobby. We had a great chat yesterday. I'm going to be jumping off here right away because the other sound is going to pick up here right away. So let me just jump out here. What I'm going to do is coast to the finish. And then I end up plugging my mic back in. So I'm trying to make sure my audios don't overlap here. But yeah, awesome to talk to people in the Discord. So you should try it out sometime. So I think I just kind of cruise here for a little bit. Just trying to see when I stop. And then you're going to hear a little bit of like a little bit of a hurricane. And then the audio will resume.
Hey riders, sorry for the bit of the hurricane effect there as I was putting my mic on. Oh, can't pedal at all here. Okay, so we got a lot of good riders passing us. Roger just caught me. Andrew, Nobby Styles, 72. Ragnar just went by. David, 1951. Jesse, Argolius. Got your name locked in now, Jesse. So it's been Jay. There goes Oscar. Here's a new rider. Looks like Krito 700, maybe Krito 700. SR71, the Blackbird himself. Looks like he's recovering with Alex. If you're not part of our Discord, why not? Jump in. We coordinated our efforts. And I know Alex, I think Nobby, SR71, we're all going to take it pretty chill today. That's why I'm ahead of them at this point. My goal was to, well, I know what I can do here. My goal was to get to the 5K point and then wait for other people. I'm calling this the no rider left behind today. Everyone goes home. Sounds epic, right? I can see it's Chris CGF Andel coming up the hill. 19 Steve 55, total regular. Evsy Boy, only a level 9. I'm not saying only, I'm just saying new to ROUVY. That could be just a couple weeks worth of riding. Let's watch these riders go by me. And I believe Evsy Boy is new to the Discord this week. I think their name popped up. Everyone knows the story. I kind of started a new job, recovering a bit. What did I tell you guys? 9 days out of 28 ridden. So there goes 3 riders past me. Evsy Boy, Steve, CGF Andel. Next up, we got Mad Dog, 1978. The Beasts are coming out today. Hey, and right behind him, we got Honest Jack with Rock of Maryland. Rock of Maryland joined the Discord this week. For those of you who just like to watch videos on YouTube, never subscribe, never like, never comment, that's cool. But if you could, that'd be great. You know, there's channels I watch too, religiously, and I haven't subscribed to them. Only because they're gigantic, and I think, what's the diff? I'm still very small, so every subscriber really helps. I love the comments. So Rock of Maryland's coming up right now, so they're brand new to the Discord this week, and for those, and right behind them is Ket Kapolka, our Finnish friend, the Flying Finn, as if no one's ever used that term before in sports announcing. The Flying Finn, some of the best Formula One drivers ever, some of the best, probably the best rally car drivers. It's just their sport. It's kind of like every country has their sport. Here in Canada, it's hockey. That's what we're good at. It's from the day you're born, you're learning about hockey. So 3 just blasted past me here. Coming up next, we got KB Jake. I'm not sure who this is. It looks like a new rider to me. And Kazakat. I think I've seen this name before. Maybe a mucker. I'm not sure. So what am I? So this morning, I think when I was in the chute, it said there was 41 on board. Hey, I know I can tell here. I'm trying to make sure I don't get dropped completely. As you can see here, the bottom of the screen's kind of covered up by the split. That's my fault. But I'm the big blue dot in the middle, and I can see a purple rider coming up behind me right now. That's going to be KB Jake. Further back, we got a yellow dot. That's going to be Kazakat. You can see, and look who's in first place, Doolittle. What do you know? Further back, we've got Dez. Dez is just over a kilometer back from me right now, and I think Dez is going to be my riding buddy today. I think I'm going to call it there. So I kind of knew this ride. I mean, I've done it way in the past when it first came out. I think there was an Africa Challenge or South Africa Challenge. I can't remember. I really like these courses though. And just out of the blue, I did this one within the last 2 weeks. I was looking for shorter rides with a bit of a climb to get my weekly climbing meters in. Don't forget to do that. Make sure you do your weekly goals. Underneath your avatar, just scroll down about halfway down, you'll see weekly goals. It's pretty simple. I think if you ride 50k and climb 500 meters, something like that, you get 750 gold coins. Is it coins or XP? You get coins, I think so, which you can use to buy bikes and stuff. So today I almost messed up. So I've been riding lots of flats lately, so I was on the Shiv, and I quickly noticed in the start chute that I was on the ROUVY bike because it defaults to the ROUVY bike. I jumped out, got on my giant Propel, 3 weight, 4 aero, so probably for me the best bike on ROUVY right now. Hey, here comes the Romaine. Now the Romaine must have started very late. I met the Romaine. There was a virtual like cycling challenge on Facebook I found, which I was gung-ho to do. Then I went to Vegas. Then so much was going on with me at the time. I kept missing events. Then I tried to catch up, and then I had that surgery, and then it just kind of threw everything way off. I think I did 2 out of the 7 events, so maybe 3. Yeah, 3. I was trying to catch up. I was wondering if I could do like a miracle run and get back to like top 10 from 27th or whatever I was in. So the Romaine's coming up. You can see they started super late. I'm looking at their climbing ability at 4.5 watts, and I barely know the Romaine, but I know from that virtual challenge, very good rider, legit. So good to see them out here with us today. And I forget the story of the Romaine, like Why is it the Romaine? It's something to do with his language, the way you say things. I forget the story now. But anyways, it's good to see them here. We've got Des coming up here quickly. Cat's just a bit further behind. So, how long should I wait here? So it's saying I'm in 37th, so that's 38, 39, 40. I thought there was 41 riders on course. There could be more even further back. So this purple is going to be the Romaine coming up. He's probably like, hey, why is this dude just stopped here? Especially because they can see that I'm connected. I hope no one stops for me. I said I was going to do this. So I'm glad everyone else went ahead. So yeah, I apologize. It's not going to be the greatest race coverage for the front runners today. But this is kind of what I wanted to do. Oh, Danon started super late as well. So Danon's back there. Danon might be the last one on course. I believe so. Yeah. So if you enjoy ramblings, this is an epic, awesome video. Like if you just want to hear nonstop rambling, this is the one. Don't go anywhere else. If you want to watch good bike racing, it's probably not on screen right now. I'm just waiting. But this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to ride with everyone today. Danon, I know you well enough to say, I'm not waiting for you. You're 4 kilometers back right now. You started way too late today. And actually, I'm not sure where Kristen was today. She might have been at the front. Yeah, because Holly was registered. Purple Bengal, I think Stephanie registered. Kristen, I'm sure she was registered. And Kristen's becoming a real hitter now. She's very strong, you know, low body weight, able to push like big power up these hills, which, you know, is tough for me to manage. But here comes Des. Okay, Des and Kaza. We're doing this today. So hopefully they don't just drop me here. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably just stay mic'd up till the end now. Because I'll just be riding with them. We'll just chat about something. I'm trying to figure out how to make this so that I can actually have some Discord chat going too at the exact same time and capture all this. So I'm going to slowly start pedaling now because they're coming. And you know, Des might know my plan because Des is in our Discord group. So here's Des. Here's Kazakat. There was, I swear, in the muckers, there was I think it was a Kazi Cat though, or something like that. Could be totally wrong. So you can see we got, oh yeah, so Kristen and Danon both started so late. So now you can see how far back they are there. So I don't think they'll mind if I blast up the road here. Me and Des. Looks like Kaza is going on an attack on us. So we're just gonna tootle home. I mean, we still have a bit of a climb to do. But yeah, check out these views here. This is really epic. I mean, God, some of these roads would be so awesome to ride. I just look at how narrow they are and think, look at that shoulder. You've got maybe what, 16 inches of shoulder, maybe 12, 8 inches in places. What happens when like a semi comes by? Maybe they're not allowed on this road. I know, was it the summer of grade 11 going into grade 12, me and my friend Justin, I wonder if that guy's still around. We decided to ride our bikes from Calgary, Alberta to Kamloops, BC, like on a whim. We're like, what do you want to do this summer? Let's go for a bike ride. So we just packed up our bikes. Luckily, I was a little bit in shape at the time. Way back then, you know, I've talked about this before. I did follow the Tour de France as much as I could. I read Winning Magazine. That's about the extent of, I think bicycling was around too. I could never find new copies though. I always had to find like used copies at the bookstore when bookstores were still a thing. Like used bookstores. And I mean, all those magazines were like 5 and 6 years old at that point. So I was riding through high school. And my bike at the time, I had a Miata. I think it was called a 610. It was, honestly, it was like a touring bike. Triple cranks in the front. So you could climb anything. So we my friend, his bike was just an absolute piece of junk. But I think he bought it brand new. But it was good enough for that trip. And he did fine on it. It might have been like maybe it was a rally or something. But nothing high tech at all. And we had our little panniers on. We had our the racks and the saddlebag things on the back for the panniers. The front bag. And we just... it's kind of crazy when I think back, because the reason I'm thinking about this is this road you're seeing right now, this is kind of the road we rode through the Rocky Mountains back then. And this would have been called the Trans-Canada Highway. Talked about this once before in another video. It's that road that went into Revelstoke. One of the Canadian routes that came out last year, and it was October, November, something like that. But that's where we rode through. That's the Trans-Canada Highway through the mountains in Canada. Now, having said that, it's all been widened now because it was just so dangerous. So on the hills, we weren't like in really good cycling shape back then. We'd have to get off and push our bikes because we were carrying everything we had. We didn't have the money for good gear. And realistically, in 1986, June of 1986 is when we did this. Was there good gear? There was nothing lightweight then. We probably had a nice heavy tent, heavy everything. We ate crap. We didn't fuel right at all. But we had a lot of fun. But I remember you'd be walking up a hill like this, obviously on the other side of the road, with that kind of shoulder, and semi after semi after semi trailer coming past you all the way. Pretty nerve-wracking when I think about it. At the time, we weren't scared, but it was like, holy crap, that's close. And I think back now, it's like, if my parents knew what I was doing, they must have, but they just let me go anyways. Yeah, it was quite a fun trip. It's a lifetime ago. You know, I think back, like, wow, it's coming up on 40 years in a couple years here. Might be time for another epic bike trip. Okay, so yeah, behind us, we've got Danon, Kristen, and Adam, RSC, all riding pretty close together. Adam's not that far back. Hopefully they slow down a bit and let Adam get on. I'm gonna make sure I stick with Des here, just to head him by a little bit. Let's see what we're climbing up. You can see it here. So here's the top of the climb, then we're just going to scoot downhill. Okay, there we go. Nice little parking lot here, the lookout. Yeah, I still remember that trip too, just thinking back on it. All the people that helped us along the way. I think day one we rode like 150 kilometers to Banff, camped out there, just like a pair of vagabonds. No idea what we were doing. Day two we got caught in a horrendous rainstorm out by a place called Field, BC. We went and hid under a CP rail bridge for hours because, again, we were like shoestring budget. We didn't have good rain gear. We had those like plastic ponchos that you just kind of pull over your head, flapping around in the wind. It's crazy. We did get to the campsite that night. We were trying to get to Golden, but we were so soaked. We just went to Field, camped out, and all the families there, like other campers nearby, like you could tell, like parents. We thought it was weird. I'm like, why is everyone helping us? Well, because we were like their kids' age. And they could see us just out there doing it, drenched, feeding us. That was hilarious. You know, it makes me think too, we met a dude on the trip. Maybe his name will just pop into my head. We met him way back at Banff, and we rode with him a long ways. So he was in Calgary. He seemed old at the time, but obviously he wasn't. He was probably a couple years older than us, maybe 3 or 4. But I was still in high school. coming to the finish here. Great job, Des. Cat's not too far behind. I think we just got ahead of her on the descent there. But that dude I was talking about, we rode with him for like days, a couple days anyways it seems, and he was going all the way to Victoria, BC to sign up for university. Just like another flash from my past there. So anyway, riders, I just hear the dogs waking up here. Who won the race? Hey, this is good to see. Procat took it. 1.5 seconds back was Doolittle. Then we got Nelson. Christoph Patterson's way up there. And look at 4th place. I don't know who that is. So yeah, I finished 15 minutes behind, but I accomplished what I wanted to do today. Hope everyone had a great ride. Gonna start pumping out the videos again here. I know I've been saying it for a while now, but finally feeling good at work, so we'll catch you soon. See you around, riders.